Hi, I'm Jane Farnham, TV presenter and interior designer. I'm working with Terry's Fabrics to help you get the best out of your home improvements. In this series of short videos, we aim to take the issues our customers tell us that they're having with decorating and DIY and provide easy to follow, helpful solutions.
You could opt for 2 pairs of curtains, 1 pair on each window. Leaving a definite gap between the 2 pairs on the central wall will define the fact that there are 2 windows. If the central space between the 2 windows is limited, it's quite acceptable to have the finials touching or almost touching at the pole ends to achieve maximum pole width. Here the drapes fall naturally from a simple gathered heading without any holdbacks or tiebacks. Here the same heading has been used, but the curtains are drawn towards the centre of the window and held back with soft fabric tiebacks to create a mirror image effect. The same approach looks neat and structured on an eyelet heading. This is a particularly good look if the wall space is limited at either side of the windows, as eyelets push back and dress into nice slim columns. The look is quite contemporary and sculptural. Alternatively, you could make use of all the available wall space to stack a central curtain, and one either side. This ensures that you cover as little of the window as possible when the curtains are open, therefore maximising the light in the room. Overall width will need to be considered here, as the tracks or poles should be wide enough to cover both windows as one. If you would rather go for blinds, you could use 2 standalone roller blinds mounted either inside or outside and above the window recess. This would keep the look simple and functional. The latter option will again maximise the amount of light filtering into the room. Vertical Venetian, roller or Roman blinds can all be fitted inside or outside the window recess. But if you are fitting blinds on the outside, fabric Roman blinds, particularly if they have an attached pelmet top, will add some softness to the window. If clean cut and very simple is the look you're after, then verticals, Venetians or rollers used on their own will achieve just that. Add simple stiffened buckram or upholstered pelmets for a tailored looking finish without any froth. Curtains with blinds will give a sumptuous layered look and provide the opportunity to use 2 or more contrasting or coordinating fabrics. In this instance, the curtains can either be for dress only with functional blinds inside or outside the recess, or can be used to provide additional insulation against cold and drafts and more resistance to light. Another option is a single curtain to the opposite side of each window, creating a mirrored effect. This can either be achieved on a track or pole extended across both windows or on individual ones. For any of these arrangements to work to best advantage, the curtains need to be extended to the floor. Using a tieback or holdback will accentuate shape and emphasise the mirrored effect. But it is worth considering that a good portion of your window may be covered, rather than being evenly distributed at either side of the window. Part poles can be used for decorative effect with dress curtains and would help to limit how far your curtains would encroach across the window. A completely different dimension can be achieved by adding pelmets, and again the windows can be treated as 2 separates or 1 whole. Simple, straight, upholstered pelmets will give a neat, tidy, contemporary tailored look to your window, whilst a more decorative, elegantly shaped bottom edge would emphasise with a period interior or more traditional decor. And if the formality of a structured pelmet isn't for you, then you could consider informal swags or scarves. These are simply lengths of fabric mitered at the short edges to exaggerate the handkerchief effect. The fabric is pleated concertina style along its length, then offered over drapery hooks or pig's tails. The pleats are then allowed to fall softly to either side of the window. The look is meant to be natural and is more informal than the structured tailored look of swags and tails. Scarves can be used on their own to simply dress or frame a window, or can be used over curtains, or blinds for added functionality. Scarves can either be arranged symmetrically or offset, so there is a longer drop of fabric on one side of the window than the other. This effect works particularly well with a single curtain to the opposite side of each window to emphasise the mirror image effect. Swags and tails have a bit of an undeserved reputation for being overly fussy and old-fashioned. But on portrait windows that are narrow enough to be dressed with a single swag, the result can be elegant and stylish and doesn't have to be reserved for period interiors, particularly if executed in contemporary fabrics. The look will give a portrait window extra height when used over long curtains. Avoid putting swags and tails over short curtains at all costs, as the result will be just the opposite. The curtains will look squat and the finished look will be top-heavy. However, swags and tails can be used on their own to simply frame a window or as a decorative feature over a functional blind.
I hope you found this video useful. There are more guides and lots more information on the Terry's Fabrics website, and if you're looking for inspiration, try clicking on the On Trends section where you'll find lots of useful tips and advice from seasonal fashions to useful